Hello everyone, welcome back. Now we are starting with the next part, which is not exactly theory. Okay, now we are starting to learn how accounts will be made, which type of account will be made in partnership. Let's see. So first of all, let's look at special aspects of partnership accounts. Accounting treatment for partnership firm is similar to that of sole proprietor businesses, with the exception to the following aspects. So now this shows that what all accounts we will make, or which type of accounts we will make in this particular topic. Maintenance of partners capital accounts. So let's see, there are 3 partners, so we will make 3 capital accounts, one for each partner. We learn how to merge all 3. Then distribution of profits and loss among the partners. We also call it as P&L appropriation account, profit and loss appropriation account. Adjustments for wrong appropriation of profits in the past. How, if we committed any error or mistake in the previous accounting, then what can we do? We cannot just redraw the accounts. What we will do, we will correct those errors in the present accounts. Then reconstitution of the partnership firm and dissolution of the partnership firm. The first 3 aspects mentioned above have been taken up in the following sections of this chapter. The remaining aspects have been covered in the subsequent chapters. Now, the theory is just about to get over, but before that, let's look at this. Maintenance of capital accounts of partners. We already know what is capital. Okay, capital is the contribution of the owners in the business. It can be in the form of money, it can be in any other form. For the sake of partnership accounting, we will just consider it as money. Okay, so all transactions relating to partners of the firm are recorded in the books of firm through their capital accounts. This includes the amount of money bought in as capital, withdrawal of capital, share of profits, interest on capital, interest on drawings, partners' salary, commission to partners, etc. Now what is happening, guys? First of all, as I told you, the most important thing, this includes the amount of money. So if a partner brings the land, if a partner brings the machinery, though it is still a part of capital, okay, but for the sake of 12th standard accounting, we will just consider it as money. Okay. Now generally in a partnership capital account, what all adjustments are there? How much money as capital the person has bought in, how much money the capital the person has withdrawn. The share of profits, if there are profits, he will get profits. If there are losses, the losses will be taken out from the capital. Okay, it will reduce the capital. Interest on capital will obviously, on capital the firm is giving interest, so whatever the partner is getting, his capital will increase. So interest on capital will increase the partner's capital. On the other hand, interest on drawings will reduce. Why? Because the firm is taking money from the partner. Okay, partner's salary, again the salary which a partner is getting, okay, will increase its capital. Commission will also increase its capital. Now there are 2 methods by which the capital accounts of a partner can be maintained. The first type is called fixed capital method. The first type is fixed capital method, another type is fluctuating capital method. We will understand the difference, but for the sake of examination, understand one thing. If the question is not asking specifically for fixed capital method, or the question is not using the technical terms which we only use in fixed capital method, we'll always, then what we'll do, we'll always make, by default we'll make fluctuating capital method. Okay, what are the technical terms and all, we'll just understand fixed capital method, that time I'll tell you. Okay, but we need to assume one thing, that if the question is silent about which type of capital account you have to make, and by looking at the question you do not get any idea that fixed capital method has been used, by default we will make fluctuating capital account. The difference between the two lies in whether or not the transactions other than addition, withdrawal of capital are recorded in the capital accounts of partners. So, let us see. Under fixed capital method, the capitals of the partners shall remain fixed unless additional capital is introduced or part of the capital is withdrawn as per the agreement among the partners. Now, guys, understand one thing, okay? I will give you the shortcuts how to make fixed capital or how to differentiate between fixed and fluctuating capital. To do that, let us first understand we'll see the accounts, let us understand the account, then we will read this theory, okay. It will be really clear in our mind, and to that also we will start with first fluctuating capital instead of fixed, because this is by default we have to follow. This is seriously simple, and if we understand fluctuating, then understanding fixed is really easy, okay. Let's come, see, they have given the formats. The above format was for fixed capital. I am first showing you all the format for partners capital account as per fluctuating capital method. This is, it was written above, I am just writing it here. This is fluctuating capital. The word fluctuating gives the entire idea of what type of account this will be. Have you heard the word fluctuating? Fluctuating, like voltage fluctuation, okay. Light, sometimes you must have seen up and down, power fluctuation happens. So, fluctuation means up and down, it is not constant, it is up and down. In the same way, this account is what? Up and down account. That means from where the account starts and the amount at which the account closes will never be same, generally 99.99%. Why? There are so many things which will added or reduced from those amounts that the final answer will be different. So, amount fluctuates. If you have understood this, you have understood the fixed capital method where the amount remains fixed, the capital amount remains fixed. Now, let us understand this, guys. Partners capital account, we are making this account from the perspective of firm. Now, you are making accounts for the firm, you are not making account for a partner, you are an accountant of the firm. In this way, a partner has given his money, his capital to the firm. So, for a firm, the partner is the liability, right? Why? Because the firm has to give the money back. Okay, it's a liability, it's a sardard for the partner. Now, we have learned that in 11th standard that liabilities have which balance? Credit balance. Okay, if we have not studied this, please make it a point, write it somewhere, that assets have generally have what? Assets have debit balance. The general balance is debit balance of account. The positive balance of assets are debit and the positive balance of liabilities are credit. What is this positive balance? It means that if the assets are increasing, okay, then they will always be debited. If the assets are decreasing, it will be credited. The same will be reversed for what? For liabilities. For liabilities, if the liabilities are increases, it will be credited. For the liability, it will be decreases. If we want to decrease the liability, it will be debited. And just I am writing it down for you all. Just write it somewhere. These, if you do this now, this will be really easy for you to remember. Guys, plus minus minus plus, you just need to remember this. What is this? We will just write down assets and liabilities and first debit and then credit. If we want to increase assets, debit it. If we want to decrease assets, credit it. If we want to increase liability, credit it. If we want to decrease liability, debit it. I guess most of you have learned this when you were doing accounting in 11th standard. If you don't know this, that is the entire reason I wrote it for you. If you understood this, now liability is the capital, okay, capital, okay. If we want to increase the capital, which side? Credit side. So the positive balance of liabilities are credit, the positive balance of assets are debit. Because it's a liability, capital is a liability for the firm, we are starting with the credit side. And what is this? This is by balance brought down, okay, the balance was of previous year. This means that this is not the first year of the firm has not just started, it is an old firm. So the capitals, the partners must have capitals in the previous years as well, and they have brought it down. Whatever the closing of previous year is the opening of this year, by balance brought down. Then by bank, fresh capital introduced. If it is the first year, the first by balance brought down will not be there, because only by bank will be there, okay. But assuming this, that the old capital is coming in and the partner has increased his what? Increased his capital. So any fresh capital will be on the credit side. You just have to remember one thing. On credit side, whatever will come will increase the capital. On debit side, whatever will come will decrease the capital. Why? Because we already know this. On credit side, whatever will come will increase the capital liability. On debit side, whatever will come will decrease the capital. Now, if we know this, let's understand what all things increases the capital of a partner. It is if the partner brings in more money in form of capital, or the firm is giving salary to the partner for the work, or the firm is giving interest on capital to the partner, or the firm is giving share of profit. If there is a profit and the firm is giving profits to the partner, it will also increase its capital. So what is this P&L appropriation? We will get to know that from which account the profit comes. The profit comes from P&L appropriation account. We will know about this. So all these things increases the capital. Now whatever is written on the debit side will reduce the capital of the partners. So what are these? First thing is drawings. If, see, common sense, if the partner is bringing in money, the capital increases. The partner is withdrawing money, the capital decreases. Next thing is interest on drawings. See, drawings also decreases, okay. The interest on drawings which the firm might charge from the partner, okay, if you are drawing in money, okay, then you have to pay me more interest. So this will also reduce the capital. Or if there are losses, so it's not a certainty that always profit will happen. There can be a chance that loss happens. So either profit or loss. It cannot be profit and loss, okay. Either profit will be there or loss will be there. So if loss is there, so by to P&L appropriation account, okay. If we do all the calculation, this plus all this minus all this, this generally is our closing balancing figure, okay. Generally this is our balancing figure. Got it? Very simple thing, okay. You don't have to remember all these. What you need to do, you need to remember one thing, that whatever increases the capital will be on credit side, whatever reduces the capital will be on debit side. This is fluctuating account where everything is there in just one account, okay. Now comes to our fixed capital method. Yeah, this is, guys, this is what? This is fixed capital method. I am writing it here, my height is like so. In fixed capital method, in fluctuating, do remember that there are only there is only one account, okay, which is capital account. In fixed capital method, the same capital account is broken down into two types of account. One account is called partners capital account, another account is called partners current account. Do remember, all those things which we wrote in the fluctuating capital account will come, but either here or here. Okay, why there is a distinction? Let's understand this. Before that, in partners capital account, only 4 things can come. Okay, rest all the things will come in the current account. In this account, partners capital account, maximum the 4 things can come. Okay, the first things, buy balance brought down and to balance carried down. That's very common. But if the partner is bringing in more capital, it's not a loan, okay, then it will come buy bank. And if the partner is permanently withdrawing, drawings will not come here, okay, but drawings will come in current. But if the amount is permanently withdrawn by the partner, it will come there. So it will be very easy to remember. Balance brought down, balance carried down are very simple. And only 2 other things will come in the partners capital account if we are making it by fixed capital method. One is if more money bank is coming, more additional capital is coming, or if the capital is permanently withdrawn from the business. Just 4. Rest all the things, commission, salaries, interest on capital, interest on drawings, all these things, where it will go, it will come in our current account. But do remember, because it's a separate account, this account will also have a opening and closing balance. But the interesting thing is, in fixed capital, all the things, buy balance brought down will be on credit side always, and to balance carried down will be on the debit side always. But this is not a certainty when it comes to current account. There can be a negative current balance also, though the positive balance is buy balance brought down in case of credit opening balance. But there can be a chance, we will do question when there is a negative opening balance. So it will be to balance brought down in case of debit opening balance. Debit balance is a negative balance in case of capital. Okay. In the same way, it can be to balance carried down in case of credit closing balance, but the closing balance can also be in negative, then it can be buy balance carried down. Either this, okay, 2 of them. There can be a situation where there can be a buy balance brought down and buy balance carried down, or both opening and closing on the same side. It is very much possible. Okay, so don't get confused over here. Now the other thing, salary, commission, interest on capital, profit and loss appropriation in case of profit, all those things which we studied in the fluctuating account, whatever increases the capital, okay, will come on the current account. Whatever decreases the capital will come on the debit side of the current account. So drawings, interest on drawings, profit and loss for share of losses, all these things will be here. What we need to do in fixed capital method, we need to remember there are 2 accounts. First is partners capital, other is partners current account. In the fluctuating method, there is one account called partners capital account. Okay, here there are 2, but we just have to remember one thing. What? In the partners capital account, the maximum 4 things can come. Buy balance brought down, it will be buy, it will never be to balance brought down, okay, and to balance carried down. These 2 are fixed. If at all more money, permanent money, okay, the partner is bringing into the firm, it will be buy bank. If permanently the partner is withdrawing the money, it will be to bank. That's it, just the 4 things. Rest all the things will come here. Whatever increases the capital will all be on the credit side. Whatever decreases the capital will be on debit side. And what we need to remember, if the opening balance is credit balance is the positive balance in case of a liability, capital is a liability. So if the opening balance is credit, it will be on the credit side. If the closing balance is credit, it will be on the debit side, because if it is on debit side closing balance, next year it will be on the opening side, that we already know. In case the opening balance is the debit balance, it will be on the debit side, and in case the closing balance is the debit balance, it will be on credit side. Okay, simple, remember. Now if we know this, let's study the theory of it, small theory. Under the fluctuating capital method, only one account, that is the capital account, is maintained for each partner. All adjustments such as share of profits, loss, interest on capital, drawings, interest on drawings, salary or commission to partners, etc., are recorded directly in the capital accounts of the partners. This makes the balance in the capital account to fluctuate from time to time. That's the reason why the method is called fluctuating capital method. In the absence, as I told you, in the absence of any instruction, the capital account should be prepared by this method. Okay. Now let's study the fixed capital. Under fixed capital method, the capitals are of the partners remains fixed unless additional capital is introduced or a part of capital is withdrawn as per the agreement among the partners. All items like share of profits, interest on capitals, drawings, interest on drawings, etc., are recorded in separate account called partners current account. The partners capital account will always show a credit balance which shall remain the same fixed year after year unless any additional or withdrawal of capital. The partner's current account on the other hand may show, not necessarily, but may show a debit or a credit balance. Thus, under this method, two accounts are maintained for each partner, that is capital and current account. While the partner's capital account shall always appear on the liabilities side of the balance sheet, the partner's current account balance shall be shown on the liability side if they have a credit balance, and on the asset side if they have a debit balance. Got it, people? Now, distinction between fixed and fluctuating, let's go through it. Number of accounts under fixed, there are two separate accounts maintained for each partner, capital and current. Each partner in fluctuating maintains only one account, that is capital account. Adjustments, all adjustments for drawing, salary, interest, capital are made in the current account and not in the capital account. Here everything will be made in the capital account. Fixed balance, the capital account balance remains unchanged unless there is an addition or withdrawal of capital. Here the balance keeps on changing from year to year. Credit balance, the capital account always will show a credit balance, but it is not necessary. The capital account may sometimes show a debit balance also in fluctuating. Now, all of you will understand this illustration here, okay? And upon understanding this illustration, there is an unsolved. This one is solved, but there is an unsolved one also, which we'll do it together. In this illustration, Sameer and Yasmin are partners with capital of 15 lakh and 10 lakh respectively. Now, do we know this is a debit balance of capital, credit balance? It is, if nothing is mentioned, people always assume to be a positive balance. That means a credit balance of capital, okay, respectively. They agree to share profits. Now, they have already given how the profits and losses are divided. Okay, if they had not mentioned it, we already know if the partnership deed is silent about the distribution of profits and losses, it will always be equal to 1:1, like there are two partners, so just 1:1, three partners, 1:1, like that. Here the PSR is 3:2. Show how the following transactions will be recorded in the capital account of the partners in case of fixed as well as fluctuating. Okay, we have to make both, we have to make capital accounts by both the methods, fixed capital method and as well as fluctuating capital method. Now, let's see what additional information they have given. They have told us that Sameer has additional capital introduced, but do remember the date. The date is 1st July 2005. Here the account gets is closed on 31st March. So, this additional capital was used by the business from July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February and March. So, I count 9 months. So, if the firm uses the capital only for 9 months, the firm will pay interest on this capital, if at all there is any interest on capital, for 9 months only. And I can see the very next adjustment is, yes, interest on capital is to be provided at the rate of 5%. So, this 5% will be for 9 months only. He also bought 2 lakh and that for 5%. Guys, this is not a full stop, this is a comma. They all withdrew 30,000 and 20,000 during the year. Interest on drawings amount to, they have not given the rate of interest, they directly gave us the calculated amount, which is 1800 for this person and 1200 for this. Salary for him is 20,000, this is a comma. Commission is, yeah, I am reading right, commission 10,000, share in loss. Now, there is a loss, his share is 60,000 and his share is 40,000. Let us see. Now, we'll first do what? The fluctuating capital. Okay, let's try to remember what all data is given. In the fluctuating capital, we'll do first, but before that, we'll just solve calculation of interest on capital. So, the opening balance of the capital was 15 lakh for X and Samir, I guess Samir was the name, yeah, Samir and Yasmin. Na? So, here X is written, it is not X, okay, it is not X, it is Samir, and it is not Y, it is Yasmin. Okay. So, on the opening balance, the 15 lakh was the opening balance of Samir. This money was enjoyed by the firm for the entire year. So, firm will pay interest at the rate of 5% for the entire year. So, 5%, 5 upon 100 of 15 lakh is 75,000. But, okay, for 6 months only they have calculated. Now, see, it cannot be, this is a mistake. Either this is a mistake or the date which they have mentioned over there was the mistake. Okay, I'll assume that the date over there is the mistake. It's not 31st July. So, guys, here, let's do one thing, let's change the date. Instead of July, just do it October. You can do, either you can change the date over here or you can change the calculation over there. Okay. So, if we do it October 1, so then October, November, December, January, February and March, 6 months calculation becomes easy. So, again, this is Samir, this is Yasmin. Now, on the opening balance of Samir, the entire year's interest will be given because the firm has enjoyed this 15 lakh for the entire year, but for the additional 3 lakh was given on 1st October, the firm could enjoy this money only for 6 months from 1st October to 31st March. So, only on 3 lakh rupees 5% only for 6 months. So, total interest the firm will give to Samir will be 82,500. In case of Yasmin, on the opening balance of 10 lakh, the firm enjoyed this money for the entire year, we calculate 50,000, 10 lakh ka 5%. But for the remaining 2 lakh which Yasmin gave on 1st of October was enjoyed by the firm only for 6 months. So, 5,000 total comes to 55,000. This is the only calculation in this question. Now, it is just filling in the blanks. Okay. Let us understand this. I'll just open up the question also for you all to see. Yeah, the opening balances were 15 lakh and 10 lakh. Now, guys, important thing, when we are making capital accounts, we will not make separate capital accounts for the partners. What we will do, we will make a combined capital account where the date column will be there, particulars will be there, journal folio will be there. Now, instead of one account column, we will keep on adding the amount column as per number of partners. If there are 3 partners, we will have 3 amount column on the debit side, 3 amount column on the credit side. If we have 4 partners, 4 amount column on the debit side, 4 amount column on the credit side. If there is just one partner, how many? Just one? Guys, don't get fooled. There cannot be one partner. Why? Minimum 2. Do remember? Okay. So, now the opening balances were 15 lakh and 10 lakh. Buy balance brought down 15 lakh and 10 lakh. Okay. Now they bought additional money which increases the capital. So bank 3 lakh and 2 lakh. Interest on capital will also increase their capital. So this is also interest on capital. We already calculated 82,500 and 55,000. Salary, Samir will get of 20,000 and Yasmin will get of 7,000 and he'll get a commission of 10,000. Yasmin is not getting any commission, so there is a small dash over there. So these all increases the capital. Let's see what all things reduces the capital. So drawings 30,000, 20,000 reduces. Interest on drawings already calculated by the question and given to us 1,800 and 1,200. Drawings, then profit and loss. Now in this question there is a loss. Had it been a profit, we would have written it here. But this is the loss, we'll write it here. If we calculate, we'll add all this. So the total comes to 19,12,500 minus all these things. This becomes our balancing figure. This becomes our balancing figure. In the same way, total of all this minus all these three, this becomes our balancing figure. Just one account, okay? Because this is by fluctuating method. The same question, if we solve it by fixed method, we do remember in fixed capital method, there are two accounts. One is partner's capital, another is partner's current account. In capital account, only 4 things maximum can come. What all 4 things? Opening balances, closing balances, additional capital and permanent withdrawal of capital. Now drawings are not permanent withdrawal of capital, do remember that. Opening capital, same figure 15 lakh, 10 lakh. Additional capital, here they forgot to mention bank. This should be, do write it down, bank, okay, 3 lakh and 2 lakh. Now, if we total as 15 plus 3, 18, the closing balance, which is our balancing figure, is 18 lakh. Here the balancing figure is 12 lakh. Rest of the things, where it will come on the current account. But we don't see any opening or closing, opening debit or credit balance of current account. So if there is no opening debit, we will just not write it, as simple as that. We will just write other things. So interest on capital, partner's salary, partner's commission. And what all things? Drawings, interest on drawings and losses. If we do add this and subtract this, we get a credit balance, okay. This is a balancing figure, this is a balancing figure for this. This is how the same question is done. Now, we'll solve this question. Okay, we'll solve it. It's an unsolved one, a very good question. Let's see. Soumya and Bimal are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. The balance in their capital and current account as on 1st April 2006 were as under. So, do remember they have given the capital as well as current account balance. Okay. Now, they don't have to tell me how we have to make the accounts, by which method, because in fluctuating capital method this current account balance is never given, okay. So only the current account balance is given in the fixed capital method. So even without the question asking, I understand that I have to solve it by fixed capital method. Here the capital accounts are 3 lakh and 2 lakh and current account, but they have specifically mentioned in the current account it is the credit balance. If they don't mention this, I'll still assume it to be a credit balance. But if they write debit here, or there could be a question where one partner has credit capital account balance, another partner has debit capital account balance, but not in this question. Here both the partners have credit current account balance. What is the other information? The partnership deed provides, okay, so the partnership has a deed. So we will just forget about the rules in absence of partnership deed. So the partnership deed provides that Soumya, the first partner, is to be paid a salary of rupees 500 per month. Now there are 12 months in a year, so it comes to 500 multiplied by 12 comes to 6,000. Whereas Bimal is to get a commission. Bimal is not getting a salary, Bimal is getting a commission of 40,000, but this 40,000 is for the entire year. Interest on capital is to be credited at the rate of 6% per annum. The drawings of Soumya and Bimal for the year were 30,000 and 10,000 respectively. The net profit of the firm before making these adjustments, interesting, was 2,49,000. Interest on Soumya's drawing was 750 and Bimal's drawing was 250. Prepare P&L appropriation account and partners capital account and current account. Now guys, I cannot solve this. Why I cannot solve this? Because to solve this, I have to teach you how to make P&L appropriation account. Okay, we will solve the same question after in my next video, where I will be teaching you how to make P&L appropriation account. Let's see the next question. Sonia, Charu and Smita started a partnership firm on 1st April. Very good, congratulations to them. They have started the firm. That means there is no opening balance. Okay. Why? Because opening balance can only come if there is a closing balance last year. There was no last year. The firm just started. So there will be no opening balance. Do remember, you have to be so smart and vigilant what the question is writing. So Sonia, Charu and Smita started on 1st April. They contributed 5 lakh, 4 lakh and 3 lakh respectively. That means Sonia's capital is 5 lakh, Charu's capital is 4 lakh and Smita's capital is 3 lakh. As their capitals and decided to share profits, they also decided 3:2:1. Very good. Now, the partnership provides that Sonia is to be paid a salary of rupees 10,000. Sonia is to be paid a salary of rupees 10,000, that too per month. Charu a commission of 50,000. Now they have not mentioned 50,000 per month, so I will assume that this 50,000 is for the entire year. It also provides that interest on capital be allowed at 6% per annum. The drawings for the year were Sonia rupees 60,000, Charu 40,000, Smita 20,000. Interest on drawings, directly they have calculated, they have not given any percentage, 27 for Sonia, 1800 for Charu and 900 for Smita. The amount of net profit for the year was 3,56,000. Okay, record necessary journal entries, prepare P&L appropriation account, show capital account for the partners. Again, this question also wants us to do what? This question wants us to do P&L appropriation. So, let's first understand the P&L appropriation account. The profits and losses of the firms are distributed among the partners in an agreed ratio. However, if the partnership deed is silent, the firm's P&L are to be shared equally. We already know that. You know that in case of sole partnership, it's not sole partnership, it's sole proprietorship. Sole partnership not possible, na? The profits and losses are ascertained by the P&L account is transferred to the capital account of the proprietor. In case of partnership, however, certain adjustments such as interest on drawings, interest on capital, salary to partners and commission to partners are required to be made. For this purpose, it is customary to prepare P&L appropriation account of the firm and ascertain the final figure. So guys, do remember, you already know in case of final accounts of sole proprietor, what all things we used to make. We used to make a trading account, we used to make a profit and loss account, and we used to make balance sheet. But final accounts of partners, we have to make trading account, profit and loss account. But before making balance sheet, we have to make one more account called profit and loss appropriation account. Why? Because there are certain additional adjustments which are made in partnership account and not in sole proprietors. So all those additional adjustments are done in P&L appropriation account. Okay, now let's see profit and loss appropriation account. This P&L appropriation account is merely an extension of the P&L account. It shows how the profits are appropriated or distributed among the partners. All adjustment in respect of partners' salary, partners' commission, interest on capital, interest on drawings, etc. are made through this account. It starts with the net profit, net loss as per the P&L account, it transferred to this account. The journal entries for preparation, journal we will do it later. Before that, we will just do what? We will understand the format of the account. If we understand the format, we can make our own journal entries. Do remember, it's an extension. So like from trading account, you brought down gross profit to gross profit transferred to P&L account or carried down, and in the P&L account what you write? By gross profit brought down, you are transferred from trading account. In the same way, if there is a profit, in the P&L account, okay, before this P&L account will be there. So to net profit transferred to capital account? No. To net profit transferred to P&L appropriation account when there is a partnership firm. So the net profit will be transferred if there is a profit. Now all those things, now this is also a firm's account, all those things which are income for the firm, if it is an income for the firm, it is an expense for the partners. So income on the credit side, expenses on the debit side. What all are income? What do we write on the debit side of partners capital account? Like drawings, drawing is not an expense, okay, but interest on drawing is an expense. So that interest the partner gives to whom? Gives to the firm. So this interest is a profit for the firm. So interest on drawings. And if there is any loss, partners capital account, this becomes a balancing figure. Okay, we will not come to balancing figure, this is balancing figure. So do remember, on the credit side of P&L appropriation account, the only possible income will be interest on drawings. There cannot be any other. Generally, there is no other income. All the things which are expenses for the firms will be on the debit side. If they are expenses for the firm, there will be income for the partners, because everything which are related to partners we write down in profit and loss appropriation account. Okay. Now, if there is a loss, net profit, there is no net profit, there is a net loss in the P&L account, the loss will be brought down here. Interest on capital will be a loss for the firm, therefore profit for the partner. Salary to partner is also a loss, commission to partner is also loss, expense to the firm. Interest on partner's loan, again this loan is given by the partner to the firm, so interest on it will also be a loss, and again this will be a balancing figure. Now all of you do one thing, what you need to do, you need to cut this. This is incorrect. Why? I will tell you, there will be two things which will, though it is given to the partners, still we do not write in P&L appropriation account. The two things will be, one, interest on partners loan, another is if there is any rent, okay, the business has taken property which belongs to the partner and the business is paying rent to the partner, this rent will also not be a part, even if we are giving it to the partner, still it will not come in the profit and loss appropriation account. So cut this, write down separately. Two things which are still given to the partners by the firm, but still we do not record it in P&L appropriation account. Where do we record? We record it in P&L account. Okay. These two things are what? The first is and the second one is you have to remember these. Why I am telling you this right now? Because by mistake NCERT has given interest on partners loan in P&L appropriation account. This is incorrect, do cut it off. Okay. Now, whatever is income for the partner is an expense for the firm. What is an expense for the partner is an income for the firm. So there is only one expense. Drawing is not an expense, it's just reduction in capital. So it's not an expense, though interest on drawing is an expense for the partner, hence it becomes a income for the firm. Rest all the things which the firm gives to the partners, these things are income for the partners, hence expense for the firm. So this is how P&L appropriation account is made. I hope you all have written this. If we do this, I am still not coming to the journal entries because I would want, by now we are at a stage where if we know how the account is made, we can just make the journal entries on our own. We know how P&L appropriation account is made, yes, yeah, yeah. If we know this, what we can do? We can do both the questions, okay? The questions given on P&L appropriation account, and I'll solve this question in my next video.